How are you doing? Maybe I need. You know what? Let me turn away from the sun. Get a better. Hopefully this will be better. Cause I'm having a hard time seeing the screen. That sun. It just came. It was just cloudy a bit a minute ago. That didn't help at all. I still can't see. A little bit. Anyway, welcome into the channel, man. Today I'm going live right now is because I was supposed to go live tonight. I mentioned that, but I'm not gonna be able to go live tonight. Not gonna be able to go live tonight. So we will reconvene on the live I was gonna do tonight. We'll just do it Sunday. Yeah, we'll do it Sunday. And of course, I may have a live tomorrow, but I want to talk about something, man. I had a topic that I wanted to address, and I stand corrected on some things. So yesterday, I was having a conversation about a certain YouTuber, right? And it took me down this rabbit hole. I was looking at a comment, I was going back and forth, and I did some research. And want to say this. What's up, Jay Jones? Want to say this. I stand corrected on some, because I didn't have the full picture actually. I was talking about Nico versus Rick Ross, and the reason why I got kicked off of YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but TikTok. Now, I still stand on this. Um, Nico works in. I mean, he has his own. Was it Pride and Opinion? He sells watches, right? And Rick Ross is a watch collector, rich as heck, and he can do pretty much as far as like buying things. He can get what he wants. Now he did make a fatal mistake of saying, trying to pose as a watch being like the authentic piece, and it wasn't. However, if you got the money, you can have any watchmaker make or anybody make the watch that you want. And if you have those relationships, you know what I'm saying, do that. I learned a valuable lesson, and one thing, if I don't have the all of the information, or some topics not even worth talking about. So I'm going to say this: I got kicked off of TikTok. I still stand on some stuff that I believe in, but I got kicked off TikTok because I didn't have all the information, and I should have just left it alone. Got nothing to do with me, right? So I'm just saying that, and yeah, just want to be stand up, upfront, and honest with everything. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, what's up, big dogs in the building? Perry Pond, what's going on, watch lovers? And yes, we're going to be talking about watches now. With that being said, that just brought because I had some really tough conversations yesterday behind that live. I had some tough conversations, um, and I looked at YouTube, and based on what YouTube recommends for me, it just blows my mind. What like I feel that the algorithm is out of touch, or maybe it's because I do look at a vast majority of different watches, but I'm always searching for the most dynamic watches, right? The most impactful watches for people that won't buy or can't buy a $50,000 to $163,000 watch, or more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a Rolex I was looking at that. Who owns that? Oh my gosh, he was a Kings of Comedy. He did Family Feud. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has a Rolex that's about $500,000. Very expensive watch. I don't think that watch was as much as it is now. I think it is crazy. Any like a $500,000 watch, man. Sheesh, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of money for a timepiece. But again, to each his own. Hello, welcome in. What's up, Rip Saw? So I wanted to just cover this, and what's crazy is got a few people in here that we've had these discussions on expensive watches, and that is the going thing, And I really, again, I did not research the market on where they are right now. Some are speculating that there's going to be a recession, there's going to be a crash in the expensive watch market. So Patek, AP, they're going to be in trouble um, because people are going to be more conservative and not spend that money, anything over $40,000 on these watches. Value, like there's a lot of conversation Now, I can't speak on that because I'm not in the luxury brand. I mean, I could research it. I don't care to. And I'm just being 100 with you. I don't care to because there's so many different watches that you can get that I feel, this is my personal opinion, that I feel are more fun, that will connect you to whatever it is that you're looking for. Case in point, we got a few collectors that they enjoy buying 6 or 7 watches at a time. And I'm not knocking them. That's what they like to do. They like having a variety of watches, and they identify as being a watch collector. It may not be the kind of watch collector that those luxury brands, because that is majority of what I see on YouTube. Is God dog. It's like you're nobody unless you do this. Now, I did research and saw that and I'm not picking on Nico, but I saw he went to a Southern channel, man, and I seen this guy, man. He's in the high end luxury watches, and this guy's smart. Oh my gosh, man! Forgive me for not knowing his name because again, I haven't visited his channel until last night. I was doing research last night and came across somebody dropped it. Who was that? Quarter Boy sent me the link. I think it was Quarter Boy. He sent me the link, and I looked at it, and Nico looked like a fish out of water as far as knowledge when it comes to some of these watches. Oh, wrist check. I'm wearing a Citizen Ciosa. And guess what? You know one thing about this watch? It's inexpensive. It's an everyday type of timepiece. Minimum drawbacks. Minimum drawbacks. And what I mean by that is there's only 2 things that I complained about this watch. Or not a complaint. I just like, yeah, it's sort of tough. It's setting the time on it. You see the crown is recessed. Um, it takes precision and patience. Because I literally, I got fingernails, so I can pull the crown out and adjust how I need to. But this is a watch I really don't want for it to wind down because it is sort of tough. You gotta take your time with it. And I would like to have a mill clasp instead of the flat one. Now, even though it's a flat one, it doesn't look cheap though, because they polished it. They polished the mess out of it. So that's not too much. Other than that, that was the only drawbacks. Like I said, minimum drawbacks. This watch, I'm telling you, it's just a great watch. It's a great looking watch, and they got so many different colorways. So I think it'll just satisfy the average collector. Who in here? What's going on? I can't even pronounce your name, but Anna Dupree. I'm gonna just call you A. What's happening? AA, double A is in the building. Forgive me for not. I can't even say. Whew, can't even pronounce that. Luciano, what's up? What up? What up? What up? Hey, Jay Jones, I saw your watch of the day, man. I can't keep up with you, sir. All right, so you guys want to see? I want to show you this. I just want to show this, and I want to talk about the ease of use, right? So again, Ciosa, you're talking to watch. Somebody posted on the chat yesterday. You can find these for $200 over on Joma Shop. And y'all know I have my preferred places to shop. And if you don't, if you're new here, I have preferred places that I like to shop. And Joma Shop and Ashford's are 2 places that I like to go to. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this way because man, that sun is like beaming. And I really can't see myself in the screen. I mean, I can see part of myself, but it's like I'm struggling. I was struggling. Go away. There we go. Now I can see better. I can see better. I can see better. Okay, so 209. Yes. Okay, so with that, man, I want you guys to see that. This watch, if you like it, 209. I got mine from Trifecta, and it's gonna be more than that, right? So what are you missing between Joma Shop and going from an 8 to an AD? You're gonna save money going to Joma Shop. What you miss out on, you have to look and read. I'll tell you this: read your warranty, because I believe you have to purchase. If you want an extended warranty on this, you have to purchase that from Joma Shop. And just I'm gonna tell you, being honest, like read what you're getting, and stuff like that, so you have an understanding. And if you still don't understand it, my recommendation: call I've talked to a rep. Now I'm gonna tell you something about Jones Shop. They are very responsive. Excuse me. They are very responsive. I've dealt with them, their customer service, so I don't have a problem with that. Dealing with an authorized dealer, you are going to pay more. And you're paying for that interaction, that on one, and them even going to bat for you as far as warranty. And it's not even them going to bat; they don't have to go to bat for you. If you don't know how your warranty works, they will, right? And they can explain it to you and stuff like that. So, um, you're missing the human interaction. That's not even needed nowadays, especially with what we went through with COVID. We didn't see the people, but I just like having a relationship with the people. You know what I'm saying? You get little insights on what's coming out and stuff like that. That's an advantage, especially if you're a watch collector. If you are just a casual or you just a watch buyer or you doing it for somebody else, oh, you got to do what's best for your pockets. At the end of the day, man, that sun came back out. Now I can't see Jack again. Gosh, man, it really don't matter where I go. Nope, it don't matter. It's kind of dark to me, man. It's like crap. Oh, let me see. The sound is bad. All right, hold on. How about now? Can you hear me? You hear me better now? Or maybe it's because I'm outside. Let me know if it is better. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That's the last thing. I definitely don't want you guys to not be able to hear me. All right, let me get this thing adjusted real quick. All right, sounds great. Cool, cool. All right, y'all. So what I want to do is I want to show you a couple of options, man. So I want to talk to like real talk. You know, one of the well, actually two of the conversations I had last night was about the way certain people feel when they go. So like ADs, we talked about this yesterday. I've talked to a couple of collectors about going through authorized dealers, and I have a few people that don't want to go in and go in there. They like one, they don't want to be pressured. Two, they don't want to be judged because they wear Invicta or they wear Deep Blue or even Citizen, you know, and they don't want to be looked down upon. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to walk away from that. You know, now YouTube is not really a reality for the average person like me and you, right? Because you have, and I'm gonna tell you this: I'm a fan, I'm a consumer, and yes, I do present stuff on YouTube. But after watching 5 videos yesterday, and I went through the recommendations. Every last one of them was talking about an expensive watches that were well over $14,000, and the importance. They were rattling off the reference numbers. They were talking about how important these watches are to humanity. Um, the evolution of horology and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say this: I enjoy more of the channels that talk about not just the affordability of watches, man, but do you understand that you can look as a consumer, you can look at watches from that standpoint. What's the cheapest? What's the cheapest? What's the cheapest? But like, what was the mindset behind the design? Why did they come up with that design? What was the inspiration behind that? You know what I'm saying? Where we can assume that, yes, that's a money grab. The author of or the creator of that watch may have something completely different in mind. I'm gonna show you my watch of the day yesterday is a Seiko 5. Now I'm gonna tell you this Seiko 5 has already been coined a money grab. It has been coined a irritation to certain people because Seiko is putting out so many different limited numbers and they're not really limited. This one is 1968. There was 1968 of these made. This watch in particular, the story behind this one, this was inspired by fans of Invicta. I mean Invicta. I got Invicta on the brain. This was fans of Seiko. So the Seiko fanboys and girls all agreed on this particular design. Now, for the price,
It does have a stamp clasp, and somewhat it is polished. It is polished, and I personally would like to see a mill class, but whatever. They didn't put it on there. I still like the watch. The loom on it is amazing. The action for the bezel is amazing. Now, who does this cater to? I would say, in my opinion, somebody that likes to have a fun timepiece. That's not so serious, but then they are, because Seiko 5 fans are serious about collecting Seiko 5s. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's an automatic movement, you know what I'm saying? 4R movement. And I get that, when this watch came out, there were a few YouTubers that said, hey, the watch is cool, but it can use this. It can, and I've done that too. You're very critical of these timepieces. But this is one that when I saw it, out of all of the watches that were, and I got this from Trifecta. This week, I'm just representing Trifecta timepieces. One of these actually is not a Trifecta timepiece, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Trap, I don't consider you to be a regular watch collector. What do you consider me? You don't have to wear a watch into the AD. You don't. But based on the conversation I had with two collectors, they felt like, man, I felt singled out. And I'm telling you, I said, I understand, because I walked in the AD before and I had on a Pro Diver. And the look that I got and the way I was treated, I felt uncomfortable. Guess what? I kept rolling with it because I wanted to get to the honey. I wanted to get to the pieces. I wanted them to explain some of the stuff, because guess what? I don't know. I don't know a lot about Oris. Outside of when I look at Oris, I say, this is a beautiful watch. I saw a green diver that they had in there, in the blue. And it's like the colorways that they use. And I don't know what they put on those colors, but they pop so hard. And I asked a simple question like, yo, can you do me a favor? The representative was like, what? I said, can you and I walk out the store with this watch so I can see it in the sunlight? And it was like, and this person said, well, why would you? I said, because we're under your lights and I just want to see it in natural light. I said, okay. Now, I asked that because I used to work in jewelry and I've done that for customers before. You know what I'm saying? I tell another representative, like, hey, this customer requests this, could you walk outside? And I tell the customer, like, hey, for our safety, this is what we do. You know what I mean? So they're like, all right, cool. Because this is outside the norm. I don't expect anybody to do this, you know what I'm saying? To practice that. But I asked because I've done it before, right? It's not a common practice, what I'm telling you. So I'll still ask. If you want to go into an AD, ask him. I'm like, man, shoot, I want to see this thing in natural light. Or take me to your break room or something. You know what I'm saying? Take me by the window. You don't even have to go outside. I don't want to see it under your lights. So I went through that and I did feel uncomfortable. There are ADs I've been to that I felt great, felt amazing. Like they gave an amazing, I didn't buy anything. They gave an amazing walkthrough. So Seiko 5s, in my opinion, and I said this on Watch Crunch yesterday, is if you just want a sporty watch and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, you can wait on the discounts that come, because Seiko always dropping like a 20 to 25% off of the regular price. Off top. Hold on, let me get into it. That's right. What's up, Mike? All right, so this is one, right? One of many watches. And Seiko has a ton, but like yesterday, and this is based off of what some of you guys said in the chat, Seiko, one of the problems that you guys have with Seiko or just across the board is quality issues, not being able to line up, having limited pieces that's not limited. Because my Bruce Lee, there was 15,000 of those made. 15,000, right? Is that limit? That's a lot of watches, man. And your chances of you running into somebody else with that watch is easy, man. So like, if you run into a Seiko fanboy, they may have that. I mean, I got one, right? They're sold out now. I don't think you can buy them from you can't buy those Bruce Lee pieces from Seiko anymore, but they're on eBay. And they're more money than what they came out as. I think the retail on that was 525. And yeah. But I'll show you another. Now, this is a non um trifecta timepiece. and this is a Spinnaker. This is a Spinnaker dive watch with a 70s design. I got this at this is the Dumas. I bought this watch from Chicago Windup nearly a month ago. What's today's date? On the 12th of July, I got this timepiece. And I would say, and it is a larger timepiece. It wears very, very big, right? And I would recommend this to people that like for the Invicta fan club. Let me just say that for the Invicta family, if you ever thought about going outside of Invicta, you wanted something that wasn't a 40 millimeter or 42 millimeter. You wanted something that was substantial in size, but not, you know what I'm saying, but not as big as your original Invicta. This is a brand that I would tell you to gravitate towards. That in Nubeo. Off top, this watch right here, it is a fun watch. Is there imperfections on this watch? Yeah, there are. I mean, there's imperfections on every watch that you buy. I don't care what, don't even the luxury trap. You have shown us some really amazing timepieces. I don't have most of those timepieces that you have shown on your channel, and you have a variety of them. You have a great collection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guess what? Here's the thing, Long Ranger is you know why I have now. I will credit YouTube for the reason why my collection is the way it is. I have purchased for hype before. I'm not gonna sit here and BS y'all like I haven't bought watches off of pure recommendation or hype or just to be a part of a certain club. Because think about it. I got my first Invicta for my wife. I enjoyed them, right? And I didn't even know about the Invicta family yet. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea that there was a community of people that collected these watches in such a mass. And I bought the watches solely off. Like, well, she bought me the watches because I didn't buy watches for years. My wife was buying me every watch, so she bought me these Invicta timepieces. She bought me Echo, which I still have that watch. I'll showcase it one day. I was buying Calvin Klein watches and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like designer. That I didn't care. That's what I like. I just like having a timepiece. But when I got to the Invicta side of the house, and then found out that where she bought it from, there are a number of people. I started buying my watches based off of what I saw and just being a part of the conversation. And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I like this. I like this. I'm going to get that watch because you got it. I'm going to get it. Let me check it out. Oh, I really enjoy this watch. Now we have a conversation. We got a relationship, right? So who just came in? Leo, what's going on, man? I love my man. Yeah, bro. And you know, this is gonna pop up on Instagram. This week I'm just doing all the watches I post on Instagram are watches that I received from that I bought from Trifecta. And let me be clear, I I bought them. You know what I'm saying? If I was given the watches and I showcased, I would have put that paid promotion up. So Joe, Space G, everybody's in the chat. Say I love mine, Dumas. My first time at a brand boutique was really cool. I was at a local meetup at a fancy mall. I had my big yellow 15 slot with me. I walked into the Panerai. Yeah, you told me that story. I remember this story. I walked into the Panerai and IWC store. They were amazing. Again, I like hearing those stories, but you know, just letting you know, I just want to let you guys know the real. There's times where you may not be received based on what you have on your wrist. And somebody made the comment, you don't have to wear a watch into an AD. I would tell you, honestly, I would tell you, you know what I'm saying? If you do, don't wear one in or put it on your right wrist and come in there prepared to try stuff on. Because I mean, that's the beautiful part about ADs because how, you know, you may not like the way it feel on your wrist. You may not like the weight. Some watches are light, you know, the titanium. I think the only Invicta is the only company that I know that's used tungsten on their watches. And somebody in the chat, please let me know if you've experienced a tungsten watch outside of the Invicta company, watch company, because I don't know any. Now I know Aragon. I don't know if they use tungsten. The entire case is tungsten, but I know that they use tungsten in the bezel. I have seen that before. Um, but I don't know. He may have used the entire case. I'm not sure, but I'm not familiar with it. So you guys let me know. But this right here, going back to the Spinnaker, there's a number of Spinnaker timepieces, and I think the most expensive Spinnaker you're gonna find is around $550, and that's their extreme dive watch. That one got like a ridiculous depth ratio. I don't know, 3,000 feet or something crazy, man. It's a very thick watch, man. I would imagine that watch is about 18 millimeters thick, maybe even 20 millimeters thick. That watch is it's a big one, you know what I'm saying? But I like it. The Picard, I would wear that watch and I would take it on vacation. But see, that watch with me would only get worn maybe 4 or 5 times a year. It wouldn't be in constant rotation, and the 4 or 5 times would be each time I go on vacation and go into a hotel, go swimming, and all of this, that, and the other. That's what I would use that watch for. Aragon has a tungsten virtuoso back in the day. Case bezel and bracelet. Okay, okay. Ooh, virtuoso. That's a heavy watch. That is a heavy watch. Now here's a conversation piece, right? Here's a can I say entry level luxury? It's the Longines, right? Now this watch, you know what I liked about Longines? It was really the history of the Longines. I knew about them back in the day, right? They would have customers that will buy and they will be labeled and put up as if you just bought a house. You know what I'm saying? It's like your name is written on the deed. So John Smith bought this Longines Conquest in 1981 on at 5:50 p.m. Eastern at New York Central Station or something. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff is put into the book and it's archived. I thought that was so dope that you know what I'm saying? Because I know a store would they have to mark how many watches or so, how much jewelry that they sell in a year or whatever, and you know you'll have an audit and stuff like that the very next year to see how much you sold. But like you as a customer was archived, and they still have this system, and they show where they were writing the names down to each customer. I thought that was it's so interesting, man, and it just kind of to me it was like this was old school customer service. This was like the old money. You know, this is how like our governing, our forefathers started stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like they took like a pen, a quill, and wrote out the information they needed to just archive that in history, right? And I always thought that was interesting about this brand. And then when I actually saw, like, you know, got my hands on the pocket watch was the first thing coming out of Longines that I saw that I fell in love with. It was a pocket watch. Thought the thing was, and it had the case was made out of white gold, beautiful, pure mechanical. That watch is beautiful, man, and it had like this eggshell white dial on it, almost like and it was almost like patina, so to speak. Beautiful, beautiful. And I just loved it. I just loved whining and listening to it tick. Man, the thing was gorgeous. And then of course their watches are great, and I like this one right here. I just love the setup of this watch. Now this is over $1,000. That's a lot of money for some people. That's a lot of money for a watch. And of course it has its imperfections and stuff like that. But for the most part, yo, Skyler, what's going on, boy? Those big old Arabics are phenomenal. Yes, sir. Need shades to look at that watch. Get on somewhere. Aragon. Okay, I've read that one. Oh man, and guess what? I don't. Okay, my nemesis is in here. I got some guard dogs around me, so you can't sneak up on me. I got guard dogs, and I got a sniper sitting over there too, so you can't sneak up on me, bruh. But I don't have that watch with me today. I don't have that watch with me today. I said, yo, love me some long jeans. You crazy, bro. Yes, man. I think Skylar is the future of YouTube. He is much needed. You're the balance. You're the chosen one. If you are a Star Wars fan, Skylar is the chosen one, and we have to make sure that his growth is protected here on YouTube. He's not here to overthrow anybody, but he is here to bring balance to the force because YouTube doesn't have any balance. And when I say it doesn't have any balance, let me just say this. Excuse me for a second. I had to get rid of that. When I say no balance, YouTube, as far as content creators, is luxury brand heavy. It is luxury brand heavy, and there's nothing wrong with learning about luxury brands. But then you do have some loudmouths on here. Yes, and I said it, loudmouths on here that say that's it. That's what you need to. You're not anybody, and this is coming out of words from particular people on YouTube they're just, I guess, I don't know, crass, and that works for them. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I imagine that you'd have to have a hint of drama on YouTube to make it interesting. But then I like to see people like Skylar come in with all this hypeness in his long arms as he stretch out at the park bench and just give us, bam, that Skylar effect, man. The Skylar, hey, Team Santana over here, man. I'm Team Santana, bro. Hey, look, I approve of this message. You feel me? That's it, man. That's my guy. I like that guy. You're too kind. Get out of here, bro. Too kind. You know you the man. Them bodyguards gonna fail you like oh, oh man, we oh my gosh, bro. Oh man, hold up. Ooh, wow. Oh man, you got me sweating, bro. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Man, I gotta meet you in person, bro. You crazy. Ooh, we. Oh man. Ah, okay. All right. Getting back to this. Man, I don't know if I can go on with the show, bro. This is crazy. He said he gonna fail you like mm, mm. Boy, you for real, boy. Wow, boy. JP, the future of micro brands in the building. He's coming for a Christopher Ward, I heard. I can't feel my leg. I'm telling you, bro. Oh man, Dan Boss, what's going on, man? Man, my back just went on vacation, man. Mess with it. Boy, you crazy. Double tap that screen and let's get them. Woo! Mm. All right, getting back to Watch Talk. It's Friday, and I hope everybody's having an amazing day. But those that's just getting here, I was supposed to go live tonight. I won't be able to go to live. I won't be able to go live tonight. Tonight's live is going to be held Sunday. It's going to be held Sunday, and I'll give you a description of what we're going to do Sunday towards the end of this live before I get off. So continuing the conversation. Uh, this long jeans, I purchased this from Jake over at Trifecta Watches. And aside from me learning about the history of long jeans, I know what I like. And I don't necessarily always need to have a display case back. I love seeing that. And I know they take pride in having that logo back there because from what I've seen, they have the longest registered trademark logo or whatever. So and then on top of this, not that I'm going to use this for to go three. I mean, this thing, 300 meters. That's diving. That's diving excellence. I mean, 72-hour power reserve, and I know Skylar said I don't need a power reserve. If they had an 8-hour power reserve or something like that, he said, "Hey, that's what it is." I want a power reserve. I like having a power reserve. I like putting my watch down for like 2 days and then come back to it and it's still running It's running strong. I throw it back on the wrist. And this is one that I'm so comfortable with. I like having this watch on, and it does. Now I'm gonna tell you what this does though, because what you get, and I hear that value for dollar, and I'm like, I don't really. That don't sit well with me anymore. That don't sit well with me anymore. Value for dollar, because I heard somebody say, hey, best bang for buck. Tudors is the best thing for you, and I'm gonna say that's the furthest thing from the truth, man, because Tudor is not a watch that's gonna fit in everybody's wheelhouse. That watch does not resonate with everybody, man. That doesn't resonate with some of y'all lifestyles, man. Like this one right here, this fits, man. The way just look at how the number placed on it. That right there, man, at 1269, right? When I saw that, it was just something about I was like, yo, I love seeing that. It's just that boldness, man. And the colorway, reminds me of Star Wars R2D2. Yup. I mean, I'm different, bro. And it's long jeans. So I bought into the heritage of the company, right? Having that long jeans, the original wings, because I know that Breitling has wings and Victor has wings, and I don't know there's other companies that have wings on it, but the original company, the longest lasting company as far as having that stuff trademarked, there's a number of reasons why Trap bought this watch, right? And it is a conversational piece in some certain circles. When they look and see, oh, you have a long jeans on, you that unfortunately, depending on what type of watch you have, case in point, if you came into a room with a Rolex, you will get respect for certain people, admiration, and then jealousy, hate, and everything else. Who does this fool think he is? He ain't as smart as me. He don't look as good as me. And my wife look better than his. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff that comes along with that, because I hear you will get respect with the watch that you have on. But you know what's not talked about? The envy. Hey, I'm gonna get that sucker because people think you sweet. Now, before I show you another watch, per this conversation we had, and yes, I'm going right back to the Nico situation, and Teddy Bulbasaur said this too. For the most part, if you don't know that if you bought a watch and you had holes drilled into it to have diamonds set in it, or emeralds, or any gemstone set in it, you devalue that watch. Well, if you're doing that, that means that you as an individual, that's something that you like. That is a culture that you surround yourself in. And yes, that has been a part of the hip hop culture for a long time. So the one thing that hasn't been addressed, and I will say this, I guess you can say what you want to, but I'm gonna just kick it 100. Mind your business, because that has nothing to do with you. They know what it is between them, and it's valuable to other people. So, for example, if I had let's say I had an Invicta bust down, right? And it had a Salida 200 in it. Let's say I paid $500 for the watch altogether, and it had it bust down, and I spent another $1,200 on this watch, right? So I have the watch, and then I want to get rid of the watch, you know what I'm saying, after a little bit. And somebody say, hey, man, bro, I seen that watch. I know what it is, man. I know who you are, man. Hey, I give you $3,000 for that watch right now. Somebody like Nico and other people, the more professional, if you will, watch reviewers, will say that watch isn't worth nothing. It's worth the $500, and then being an Invicta, that watch is worth $150. Yeah, to you, man, that is not factual. The one thing that I've seen on YouTube that you can't get away from, no matter what I say, is when somebody that has over 100,000 subscribers and has been known in the community as the deciding factor for some of the collections that's out there, that's going to be law in some people. Like, you're right, so-and-so, you're right, you're 100% right. I don't know why they busting it down. Because that is the culture. That is something that they're used to. That is a realm that you're not used to, and you have an opinion in that. Well, I have an opinion about your opinion. Learn more, do some more research before you open your mouth, because you do offend folks, man. And I know, obviously, like people, and I will say this because he put himself out there for this. One of the most controversial people on YouTube is Nico. Very brash. And I know some people like him for his no nonsense attitude, his I'm gonna go straight for the jugular, cut your throat type. But there's times where you need balance. That's why I said that balance is important. Get back to watch collecting. Get out of here with all the extra. Let me get into the comment. Broke bust down. J Man. The Asian, the angry Asian. The watch is affordable and for any occasion. Yep. Two, the Black Bay doesn't excite me now that the DK Ranger is fire. Hey man, did y'all know? Hey, let's start some controversy, man. Hey, every watch that DK puts out is actually fake. Did y'all know that? He bought it from that dude that came in my chat the other day, man. He's faking, he's buying fake watches, man. I like since you know what I just gotta say this, man. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not, man. But Cat Williams is my cousin, man. Me and him talked about this, exposing people. I was trying to stay on the down low, but like I'm sick of it, man. I gotta tell you people the truth, man. DK watches are fake, man. That dude spent $1,000 for a box of watches, man, and he put it out here and he explained it to y'all like it's real. You know what I'm saying? DK watches are fake. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man. I'm just messing around, man. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna screen record that and they were like, DK Trap being messy. He said your watch the no, DK my dude, man. I like picking with him. I haven't won a watch in years. Would Citizen be a good choice? You said worn a watch in years. Would Citizen be a good choice since Fossil has, man, Luciano Moles, definitely. I'm gonna tell you this. This year alone, Citizen has stepped the game up, man. They are busting head right now. They're hitting you with the chronograph, and they haven't stepped away from the Eco Drive. They have just enhanced the opportunities, man. Like, do I have a Citizen dive watch right now? And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll give you a picture of the watch. It comes from Kokomo right now. That watch is for sale, and you can't get that watch in certain places. It's extinct, if you will, right? But their dive watch selections are amazing. Ciosa collection is amazing, and you're talking about you're spending a minimum of $200 to what even their high end stuff is cracking under $1,000. I don't know where you are, is like how much you want to spend on a watch, but they got just about everything you can ask for in a watch. And that's one of the only companies that I get hype over a quartz watch. I much not rather have a quartz watch, but if it's solar, them most definitely. And then another company, man, Fair and Swift, which again, the micro brand space, I love the micro brand space. I love it, man, because I can just I can turn off the big brands. I can just turn them off and don't even listen to it and go straight to micro brand. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm home, man. I am home. All right, Trap. The IWC on 120 East Oak Street in Chicago sometimes gives you wine and champagne at the door. Really? Bet. Say less, I'm going. Say less, I'm going. I'm going. Citizen is a solid choice. Citizen is the real god tier. Hey, Nico is an entertainer and a watch salesman. Take what he says with a grain of salt, but love watching his videos. I watch Nico. See, I watch Nico. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this. Nico knows by him acting the way he does, he's gonna get critiqued, he's gonna get hated, there's gonna a lot of stuff. It comes with the territory. Now, I'm gonna say this because there's been times that there was one video out of all videos that Teddy did that I didn't like. And I mentioned that yesterday because he literally was talking about a friend of mine. I took it personal, right? And I was mad at Nico. I was like, how you just going, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's one thing about YouTube, man, is it is a spot where you can express yourself the way you want to. And I have flown off the handle sometime without knowing all of the information. Look, I had to pick my face up yesterday because I said some stuff about Nico and I hadn't done a lot of research on him. And again, I've watched him. I think some of the stuff he says is funny. His language, like him going through stuff, he's now, and I will say this: somebody called Nico racist on. There was a few people call him racist because of the whole Rick Ross thing, and that part I did comment on that one, and I kind of got caught by some other collectors or whoever that was in the chat. over on TikTok, and I was like, no, I wouldn't consider Nico racist. Well, you don't know him, you never done this, blah blah blah. I was like, well, he don't like say to me he doesn't seem like a racist, but uh Rick Ross made a comment that brought race into it. He said, like, this is a simple feat. You act like a black man can't own this. And I was like, man, bro, Ross, why you go that way? Why did you go that route? I mean, come back. I said, and you come back as a battle rapper. I said, you know how to rap. Come back in a way, like, come on, bro. Don't bring race into it. Don't bring race into it, man. And I don't think Ross did his research either on Nico before he made those comments. Oh boy, here we go. I have something to do, son. Mm. Fossil still cool. The guy who started on Shinola. And I like Shinola. Incoming missiles by DK to you. Hey man, listen. I made sure DK can't track my location right now. I'm protected. Ain't number of veterans around me, so we protected. I'm about to clip replace it. I knew it, bro. I'm telling you. This just dropped titanium auto dial. That's grand and nice. Yeah. And I'm waiting. So I believe Jake should be getting those over there trifecta. He's gonna let me know as soon as he get. Hey, bro, y'all know I'm going straight up there to check it out. As soon as he get them in. There, 15 peeps. Double tap the screen. Thank you, Skylar. Space. I have two fossil. I like fossil, man. Nico sometimes comes off as a snob. Channel is also 750. Citizens are cool. The likes and the views ain't adding up, fam. Oscar, yeah. I didn't know fossil can cost that much. Uh Man, hey, fossil, man, back in the day, bro, I'm gonna tell you, if you had a fossil, fossil was the equivalent. I mean, it's just like having a Movado back in the day, bro. When I was in high school, oh my gosh. Well, if you walked in there, man, because what I did when I got a fossil, it wasn't mine, it was my cousin's. But I went and bought the cologne, fossil cologne with the fossil watch on, man. Had your belt, bro, your jeans, had my polo, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm smelling good. And there were some ladies that love their look of having watches. The guys, man, this is crazy, man. We're talking going back to the 90s. Some guys used to clown me for wearing watches. They're like, man, you an old man, bro. Who wears watches? Because back then we had pagers. Some of y'all don't know nothing about that, boy. That big old brown pager, big old Motorola Dookie brown pager, man, that can only hold 8 numbers in it. Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that, man. Come on, bro. 1-800 Sky page me. What y'all know about that? Get out of here. Y'all some youngsters in here. Y'all some youngsters. Y'all some youngsters in here, man. Police drones. Yeah. Oh man, hold up. Y'all okay, I see you laughing emojis. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna say off top. Now I'm gonna show you another watch. And this does not come from Trifecta at all. But when I show you, some of you gonna agree, one of the most slept on watches, period. Glycine, Airman. This is not even talked about. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is not talked about nearly enough. The heritage of glycine, I don't care who owns it. Yeah, okay, Invicta own it, man, but you sleeping, you are missing out on something. And that what is not talked about. This watch did not go to the moon, but it has been on space missions in 1965. The first GMT 24-hour scaled clock or watch dial ever. And they still keep the same design right there. So one, this one has a screw down crown, but this right here, that screw down crown rotates the bezel on the internal bezel. Come on, bro. This thing right here, and for the companies that are charging you a premium for a Salida 300s or the 330s, they got them. And you can buy one. Do you understand that you could buy an Airman for less than $600? Yes. I got this right here for under $500. It was like $484 at the end of the day. At the end of the day, where there's companies that charge you a premium for that movement. And in Glycine's history, man, it was built what 19 man, the founder, 1914, and he is accredited to having he created, I don't know if it was the bridge, it was something about the automatic. I can't remember exactly what component to the automatic, but the automatic watch wouldn't be what it is today without a component that he created back then. What was his last? Eugene Milan, I think it was, but in 1914, he had full rights over Glycine for a couple years and sold it, but he still had like some type of rights. I forgot what, I don't know if he was just there as a voice. I can't remember what his position was, but I want to say Glycine changed hands at least 5 times before, or 4 times before Invicta bought it. Yeah, something like that. So this is one of the like most sold companies, I think, in history. But Vietnam, this watch, and this was based off of veterans saying this, they were trading their Glycine, they were trading their Hamilton field watch, their field khaki, for this watch. They said the loom was better, and it was a better because they had the 24-hour scale on it. They said, hey man, go ahead and put that field watch down, man. We want the Glycine. And this is what the Vietnam helicopter pilots, I'm telling you, it's not even talked about, man. You want to talk about historical value? The heritage of a watch brand? Come on, bro. Come on. Not even talked about. And it's because Invicta owns it. That's all that is, bro. What Jay Jones talking about? I'm sending drones after me. Your drones don't know where I'm at. Police drones. Nope. You can't send nothing my way. What's a pager? Wow. A little youngster. Yep. Yep. They revived Zodiac, bro. And Zodiac, man, his historical value of Zodiac, man. That's a fan favorite, man. I know it's still people that love Zodiac. And I think, I love just having, like, Zodiac has that vanilla smell in their watch. I know that has nothing to do with the function of the watch, but I just think that, man, that's a great feature to have on it. You got on a new Citizen. This one, I've had this for a little bit, but it's, again, everyday wear, and you can get it in so many different colorways, man. The Theosis, man, is like the watch of the year for me. If I had to pick with like one company that just came out with phenomenal watch that anybody can get, right, and still, maintains the heritage of horology, Citizen, Citizen, hand down. Trap was coordinated. Ha! Dr. Bob's Nightmare. I've been seeing your name in different places, man. You everywhere. Zodiac or luxury fossil. And you shoot, I tell you, you know, if you don't know this, Zodiac back in the 50s as a dive watch, do you know Zodiac cost more than a Rolex Submariner? Yeah, sure was. How much? So I think they had them about $50. It was about $50. Still under 200, but they had them about 50, or just under 200. Wearing my NH35. Yes, why ain't your thing blue, Vic? Are you in a different? Now he's ignoring me. I got it. I didn't even see you was in here, bro. I was getting down to the chat. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. At Tiffany Blue or Robin Egg Blue, Tiffany Company. I don't want y'all coming for me, man. I don't want y'all coming and saying he said Tiffany Blue on this thing, and we got to get him. I mean, if you try, you don't get nothing. I'll file bankruptcy on you in a heartbeat. Now, 'Cause I know how these men. Who's that? Somebody had said, "Gosh, what was it? You can't say the Rolex style bracelet or whatever Rolex bracelet." They get so technical on here, man, and crazy. You can't say certain things. Hit me on my hip means nothing to you, young buck. That's a pager. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit me on my hip. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Watch junkie in here. Yeah, boy, I promise, man. Hit me on the hip. Rolex back in the days were $150. Yeah, I thought the lowest though was wasn't they? I thought they were like 125 when they first came out. It's blue again now. I don't know why. Like I don't know what's up with YouTube because I've never taken him off of. Vic has always been my moderator. You don't use the Tiffany name. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Jay Jones, you say I'm being a snob. Have you seen your collection lately? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the man with the most watches from the Invicta catalog, as well as Aragon, man. It is 5 himself, Mr. Jay Jones, Mr. I'm going to buy 6 at a time. I'm sorry, 14 at a time. And that is 31 watches per month. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, don't come for me talking about I'm a snob. You are the snob. You are a snobby Invicta collector of all times, man. And you know what? I can prove it. I can go back to all my shows where you pull out that badge and you threaten that say, if you ever come to New York, we're gonna confiscate your stuff. We're gonna lock you up for not having as many watches as everybody else, and just because. So don't you come on here and say that I'm a snob. You Mr. 455 watches per every quarter watch wearing person. You Mr. 50, Mr. One Time, Fuzz, you pig, all that, man. Get out of here, man. You what's wrong with America right now? You was what's wrong with America with all your watches. Mr. Fancy Pants called me a snob. Get the knife hand. Get the knife hand. Wow. 150 don't sound like much until you factor in inflation. Man, Jay Jones be coming in here talking crazy. Sir, mix a lot beepers. It's right. I'm in the park looking for someone with a bull's I'm about to get out of here. Hey, I'm about to get out of here. He closing in on my location. Heck no, bro. He closing in on me, man. I make sure you know how he going. Oh no. Hey man, who is that in that car over there? Hey y'all, man, somebody in the car, man. They just sitting in the car too. Man, is that you? I promise I'll be out faster than you can blink, boy. I get these little knobby knees moving, boy. He said, I'm gonna get him. Call him in a bit. Yeah, man, one time, bro. Mr. 50 in here talking about snob. And this man, listen, my collection falls, man, so far below the radar in comparison to this guy. And he talking about, man, I'm trying to keep up with you, Vic, and some other folks, man. I can't keep up. Go on Instagram and look, man, this dude can post a watch every day for the rest of this year without repeating. And then going to, I think his next watch, if he was to go through every watch, Monday through Sunday, you won't see that same watch he posted. If he did it today, you won't see that watch today until December 31st of 2027. That's how many watches he got, man. Ain't nobody thinking about Jay Jones, man. Ah, look at that. I see the eyes. I see that. He said, I gotta get my hands on that monster. Yeah, Vic, what are you talking about? That dude be posting some heat on, man. And then he said, I'm just a humble collector. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. What? I'm gonna tell you what's humbling right here. I'm gonna tell you what's humbling. This is humble right here. My Hamilton from Trifecta. That's humble right there. This is a watch that it didn't cost me a whole heck of a lot. Well, that dude sped up. I said he owned me. He ran the lights, a stop sign. Uh-oh. Oh, he running from the police. I told you I got security. I told you I got security. Yeah, you tried to catch me. Get him. Get him. He almost got my monster, y'all. Uh-huh. Y'all see he almost had me, y'all. I told you I got out here, boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know what that dude did though, honestly. Oh, you know what? Real talk. Let me say this. The worst thing about that is that so where I am right now, that guy sped, he went through the stop sign and he turned on the light and traffic was coming and the cars over there had to actually stop. You know what I'm saying? Like they almost ran into him. And that's gonna end so bad for this whoever's driving that vehicle. Maybe they stole it. I don't know. But that stuff is crazy, man. Like those high speed chases are so dangerous, man. Because there's always somebody else that gets tore up in the end. You know what I'm saying? Our police, man. I don't care what's said about this, and this is completely different from what we talk about. I do have respect for the police because I have them on family. I've worked with them when I was in the military. I act in the position of a police officer when I was in Iraq. And they have my respect, but like they be in danger a lot, bro. Like, and all they doing is trying to keep us safe. You do have a few bad apples, man, but like for the most part, bro, like police just go through hell dealing with like these people, man, dealing with it. And I think it's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse depending on. I mean, I don't care who becomes president next. I just think it's just gonna be worse, man. It's gonna be worse. I was looking at a thing today where a Trump supporter, like a 70-year-old man, got ran over by an ATV. They don't know who did it. He was putting out Trump stickers out in his yard, and everybody should be able to vote whoever they want to. You know what I'm saying? And the worst is you should be able to get is a difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Even if you get a tongue lashed, if I call you stupid for voting for that person, but putting your hands on somebody or hurting it, man, this man is in. I don't even know if he died or not. He was in critical condition last time I checked, and this happened a couple days ago. But let's get back to the topic at hand. We called off many chases because of safety. Yeah, bro. That's the dangerous thing, man. Police chases, man. Like that's one thing watching it, man. But I've experienced it. I've been in them before. Like you know what I'm saying, trying to get a suspect, bro. Like it don't end well because when they get out the car, depending on the position, when they get out the car, their life about to end, possibly. And then you'll have and depending on it's just it's not a win-win situation. And a cop that has been solid man his whole life, man, get labeled as a racist or a murderer because some black guy jumped out the car with a gun. I'm like, and he got done in. You didn't have to do him like that. You could have shot it and shot the weapon out of his hand. I'm like, bro, this ain't a movie, bro. Yeah, ain't nobody aiming for no weapon system, man. Mess around and you try to hit the weapon and he didn't shot your buddy and killed him and you could have took the death shot, bro. Get out of here. The kill shot, bro. I said death shot. But yeah, anyway, I hear police in the distance, man. I pray they get to go home tonight or after this. Ain't no telling. If that dude was so eager to get away, man, ain't no telling what he's doing to his, what he would do to escape. All right, let's see. Say that when someone has a gun pointed at you. Yup. I think the ATV guy, he turned himself in. Good. Good. He need to. Oscar, I was 20 feet away. They jumped out on me. I had to get. That's what get out of here. You try to get me. He trying to give me, but them boys came out. Hey, got you, boy. I told you, you ain't getting me. Hey, now I'm definitely from here on out. I'm gonna be in a secure location. No more parks. I'm gonna leave that to Skylar to do videos from the park. Nope, I'm not. I'm not messing with y'all, man. Trying to get me. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too funny, man. Let me see what time it is. Okay, we've been on for hours. So let me. I want to say this in closing. I want to say this in closing. Trap. That is not a movie. If they come out, you will protect yourself the best way you can. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't know. I didn't see that, bro. I will. I will check it out. I'll check it out. Um, Watches. Now, Dr. Bob's had made a point, and I was that's the point I was getting on was my collection is set up the way it is because I enjoy watches, man. I really like watches, man. And given the opportunity, to be honest with you guys, there's not a watch out there, with the exception of I'm gonna say this reasonable. And your taste change, man, depending on your money. You know what I'm saying? If you have $400,000 or $500,000 of disposable income, I mean, get what you like. Even if you experimenting and stuff like that, man, that like it's nothing wrong with that. But that's not to say that you're not a collector if all you collect is Timex, right? If you have a bunch of Timex, because I bought a few Timex that's like $40, some 15, just depending on what it is. Um, and if your collection, like who was it? Somebody was saying yesterday that they don't collect anything over the 250. If it's over 250, it got to be something special. That doesn't make that person less of a collector than somebody that has, like, if it's Drake. Drake has a couple of expensive watches. I saw yesterday, was it 50 Cent or somebody just spent a ridiculous amount of money on a watch. I don't know if it was 2 million or 25 million. They spent a lot of money on a watch. Somebody, I got to go back on YouTube and look and see what it was. But it really don't matter, man, because like wherever your money is, there's some people that can afford $100,000 watch and they choose to get simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Long jeans or whatever. So yeah, man, wherever my money will allow me to get, I like Panerai. On the luxury end, would I ever get an AP or Protect? I like them. I think they're cool watches. Um, there's a lot of historical value with those, but I mean, I think a Cartier is more interesting than those watches, and I would go Cartier before I go AP. You know what I'm saying? I think Vacheron is like Vacheron is an amazing watch, but that's so elegant, man. That's not me. I can't fool with that. You know what I'm saying? So I leave that for what it is. Um, Omega, I think Omega is, as far as a dive watch, I would get that over a Rolex dive watch. Shoot, I would get the doggone Manta dive watch over a Rolex, even if I had the money for a Rolex. I just like the style of it. Rolex, I think the Datejust and the Air King, I said this yesterday, are the two most, and of course, the Daytona, I would say are the three most interesting Rolexes that I'd say. That's just me, though. You're different. You guys are different. And some of you guys may agree with me. But as far as collecting, man, I've said this so many times before, man. Do yourself do yourself justice, and as you collect, and if you are a consumer of YouTube and your watch isn't featured on YouTube or talked about, or if you do see it and it's talked against, don't try not to take it personal. Do your best not to take it personal, even if they people criticize the people that collect certain watches. Try not to take it personal because you bought that watch and it felt good on your wrist, right? You like the way it looked, you like the way it feels and stuff like that. Plus, you spent the money on it. I would say continue doing what you was doing, but don't rule out buying a luxury watch. I would say go out and look at it and see if that's something you like. If you can go to an AD, especially if you go on vacation, man. If you go on vacation, there's always ADs in the spots like those vacation spots, man. There's always like just hey, Uber. I mean Google. Where's an authorized dealer for watches, man? Go check it out. Go in there, and of course they probably hard sell you knowing that you from out of state. If you telling me from out of state. To each his own, Luciano says. Hey there, Ripsaw Joe. Who is there? Robert Wood is in the building. Okay. Hey, with that being said, y'all, I have to go. Got to bounce on to the next location. I will see you guys probably tomorrow afternoon and then Sunday, man. So until then, y'all be blessed.